In the future, he saw rhymes of darker past times. It was spooky inside. It was spooky outside. Love would only take you so far. So many of his illusions had been dashed. It was not how he thought it would be, nor was he the man he thought he would be. A better man would have better things to do. Instead, he'd get buzzed and talk big. Marlowe's life was deconstruction run amok, but with a little luck, he could muster some grace. A man of honor? Well, Marlowe knew he could do better, must do better. Art Smitten was counting on him, and in his favor, he was a laugher. And to be a laugher was to be part of a breed to which the sound of the panpipe that could be heard in the hour between the gloaming and the murk always meant lust. Oh, those marvelous goatmen with their elegant hooves and tails, the wild abandon of their reed pipe song evoking the great god Pan. Marlowe thought of his friends. On the golf course, Marlowe hit an errant drive and took the head off a nearby robin. Marlowe and his friend Louis didn't want to look at the bird and wouldn't even go near it to pick up his ball. Marlowe was trying to compute what the bad karma would be for killing a bird on the golf course, and in the end concluded it was imponderable, but when he lost the match on the last putt, he'd expected no less. They'd been talking about art. They were talking about opera and Picasso, and how Picasso painted until the last day, and that no doubt in some parallel universe, Picasso was still painting. On the golf course, Louis told Marlowe a joke an old man had told Louis about two Irish friends. They'd made a promise that when one of them died, the deceased would somehow contact the other from the other side. One of the friends died, and lo and behold, a few weeks later, late at night, the surviving friend's phone rang. "Ah, Seamus, is that you?" "It is." "And what is it like?" "Ah, laddie, you wouldn't believe it. We laze in the sun and eat as much as we like and have sex 6, 7, 8 times a day." "Seamus, is that what heaven is like?" "Laddie, I wouldn't know about heaven. I've been reincarnated as a jackrabbit and I live in Arizona." Jokes are for stories you can't easily tell. Jokes cut to the chase. Jokes revel in the imperfection of the world and the imperfection of ourselves. When you eat your steak, do you think about the cow? Not much. We're far from perfect. Next time Marlowe and Louis played golf, Louis, always looking for an edge, asked him if his karma was any better for killing the robin. "Probably not," said Marlowe, "but I've tried to sweep the incident under the rug." "Good luck," said Louis. The head flew about 12 feet. One of the best things about playing with Louis is that he would sing opera, and on this day, Louis was singing from Threepenny Opera in the original German. Then he translated Bertolt Brecht's lyrics literally, which is very different from how Marlowe knew the song in English. "The shark, he has teeth, and he carries them in sight. McKeith has a knife, but no one sees it. Ah, the shark's flow is red when he spills blood. Mackie Messer wears gloves, so one doesn't see his atrocities. Schmollmeier is still missing, and like so many a rich man, Mackie Messer has his money. None can understand it. And the young widow, whose name everyone knows, awoke and was defiled. Mackie, what was your price?" Lethal humor. The words became the knife, as was Brecht's intention. They talked about Charlie Chaplin, how we see him now as cute and cuddly, but at the time he was a revolutionary and treated as such by the U.S. government, who banned him from re-entering the country in 1952. What is funny? His friend Mr. Dougie told him a story about a photographer who went to work at Hustler. He was told, "Go out of your way to make friends with Larry Flint." And lo and behold, soon after he took the job, he found himself on the elevator with Larry Flint in his wheelchair and with his bodyguard. The photographer seized the chance and said, "Hello, Mr. Flint." Larry Flint looked up and said, "Nothing." Fearing he hadn't been heard, the photographer said again, "Hello." Dead air. Larry Flint said nothing. Had he made a faux pas, some grievous error of protocol? Maybe you're not supposed to address the boss. Ding. The elevator door opened and they all got off. The photographer watched Larry scamper off in his chair, and then he got a tap on the shoulder from the bodyguard who said drolly with a straight face, "Mr. Flint says hello." This same friend, Mr. Dougie, when young, fell off the side of a mountain some 200 feet. He broke many bones and had internal injuries and was in a coma, and no one was sure if he would pull out, but just in case he could hear, they kept the television on in his hospital room. And then one day, there was an old Bob and Bing road movie playing, and Bob Hope was doing his shtick, and wherever Mr. Dougie had gone in his coma, Bob reached him somehow. And my friend opened his eyes and was laughing, and years later would often say, "Bob Hope saved my life."